no class, look at them. No money, now I'm in the Benz truck with a new honey. They said I wouldn't make it, I'm like, you funny. Laughing at my haters like, you dummies. The night is young, girl, what can you do for me? 6 figures, 5 shows, big ballin'. Look, I'm very important. I took a break, had some things I had to get sorted. I might retire in my prime like I'm M. Jordan. Table dancing in Southampton. Use the glasses for Vanish. Be cooling out in the whip, but I done near every girl on my list. KD at the 3, Djokovic with the racket. Phelps in the pool.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Oakland Raiders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. It's Trubisky going for the deep ball. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. Oh, a nice spin. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with a jive. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Matt pushing him away.
Popped it right out there.
A big play that time for the Raiders. 49 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They go play action here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
He'll drop to throw. Out left side here to Bryant. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac. If you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
On first down, Trubisky. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. This is Cohen. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Buying time to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start with a give to Cohen. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hey. Lock in.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that.
Go!
Trubisky, draw play, gives to Howard. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out.
Hey!
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
Here's Thomas. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game, are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Here's a play fake as they set up the throw. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw here on first down. Bryant with a catch right side. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up first and 10 at their own 42.
Lock in, lock in.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Howard with his sights on a third straight 1,000-yard season to begin his career. Here's first and 10.
Gotta go, gotta go.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, here's Trubisky. And the Raiders have got him. And keep your eye on that man. 4 sacks last week, 1 there here in the second quarter. He can be so disruptive.
So what was he doing in the first quarter? What was going on?
Took a nap.
I think he tried to lull him to sleep a little bit. Like, yeah, okay, maybe you got me this week.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
They'll start out on the ground with a giant. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, but some of these shorter games turn into bigger runs later.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. A first down carry for Smith. And a solid run down inside the 30. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Blue 90! Blue 90!
Now a toss play. It's Ajayi. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jay Ajayi, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On second down, Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. Flushed out right. And he's got Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down, eluding the pressure right. Throw left side complete. It's Burton. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Gotta go.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. This is Howard on second down. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. Try to punch it in with Howard. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears can grab the lead with the extra point. Parkey adds the extra point, and that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Lock in, lock in.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. Room to run past midfield. He'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
18. Hang on, we got, you see it, you see it? Hang on, we got, you see it, you see it?
2nd and 10, it's Trubisky again. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A Chicago 1st down, the former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky. On first and goal, Howard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. They give it to him running left. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
On third and goal, Trubisky. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Well, that's 2 sacks in this game, so add that to the 4 from last week. I think that's 6.
Good math. Excellent math. And look, he's going to get all the attention. He deserves it. He got home and got the quarterback on the ground. But that's a concentrated team effort because you have a lot of guys who occupy blockers to allow him access to rush the passer.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And it'll bring up third down.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. First and 10. They'll set up a throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Raiders on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Onto the field now come the Bears. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. And that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got a man complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Trubisky with a give to Howard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Gotta go.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
18.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Adrian Amos with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sideline, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Howard. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Howard. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Come on, gotta go, gotta go. Good.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Detroit!
Back to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. He's looking for another 4-sack game. That's how many he had last week. That's his 3rd.
And when I watch him rush the passer, the thing that always comes to mind for me is how well he uses his hands. The martial arts stuff that a lot of guys do in the offseason to work on those, paying dividends for him. He's getting home in a big way.
Trubisky will throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose.
Now I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
He'll get 3 up to midfield. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
18. Lock in. Red, up. Hey, 18.
Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now whistles and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Come on, gotta go.
They'll give to Howard. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Lock in.
They go with Howard again. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Red, up. Lock in. Red, up.
And the blitz does come. Being chased out. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All I know, partners, that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the 2-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Gone! All right, here we go.
He'll look to throw. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get them in the end zone. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, we were on hand for a fun...
Hey, what's up, gang? Let me go secure for the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. For real. What's up, the rest. Hey, I got that check-in to go. I'm gone. A lot of these really lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that car.